Hey guys, so let's discuss round 10 of Microsoft interview loop, which is called behavioral round. So here we will be discussing 10 questions, okay, and 10 questions we will be seeing answer from software engineer, senior software engineer and architect point of view, and we will be using here star method, okay. So star method, STAR, so situation, task, and then action, and what was the result, okay. So we will be seeing answer based on star method here. So Microsoft and Amazon both uses this is star method, okay. So let's see, let's check what is the first question. So the first question is, tell me about production outage, okay. So if you have faced any production outage, tell me about that. So software engineer will say that the situation was a production deployment caused API latency to increase from 150 millisecond to 2 second, okay. So API latency increased from 150 millisecond to 2 second, impacting customer request, okay. So what was the task? His task was investigate the issue and restore service quickly and identify the root cause. So what action he has taken? First, he has checked the dashboard and application logs, okay. After that, he found a new feature making repeated external API calls inside a loop. So and then rolled back the deployment to restore the service. So these all action he has taken. Now what was the result? Result was the service recovered within minutes, okay. We optimized the code, added performance test, and improved deployment monitoring to prevent similar incidents. So this was the result. Now what senior software engineer will say about the production outage he has faced? So he will say that the situation was during peak traffic, our payment service experienced high latency, delaying payment confirmation, okay. Because of high latency, it was delaying payment confirmation. So what was the task? Lead the technical investigation, okay. Now minimize customer impact and prevent future occurrences. So this was his task. Now what action he has taken? So he has analyzed the dashboard, metrics, logs, and thread dumps. After that, identified log contention caused by the newly introduced in-memory cache, okay, and then disable the feature using feature flag instead of the full rollback, and lead the post-incident RCA and implemented improvement, okay. So what was the result? Result was the service recovered quickly with minimal customer impact. We redesigned the cache, added load testing, improved monitoring, and introduced canary deployment, okay. So canary deployment I have already explained so many times, that first you roll out it for, let's say, a few users, like 5% of the user, okay, and then if it is working fine, then for the remaining users. So now principal software engineer will say that the situation he has faced was a configuration changes triggered excessive retries between microservices, causing cascading failure and increased latency across all global payment platform, okay. So now what was the task for him? Lead the incident response, okay, coordinate multiple engineering team, restore services, and improve long-term reliability. Now action, what action he has taken? Acted as a incident commander, okay. Here he has acted as a incident, either he will acting as a incident commander, or he will assign one incident commander, okay, which will coordinate application infrastructure, database, and networking teams. After that, mitigate the issue using feature flag, rate limiting, and auto scaling instead of the full rollback. And what was the action again he has taken? Let the blameless RCA and drop organization wide reliability improvement, okay. So this issue should not occur in another products or projects, okay. Now what was the result with this? That the platform recovered without transaction loss, okay. We implemented circuit breaker, adaptive retries, and automated rollback. Strong observability, production readiness reviews significantly improve system resiliency, okay. Now question 2, we will be discussing 10 questions here, okay. So now the question 2 is related to, tell me about a time you disagree with your manager. So software engineer will say that the situation was my manager wanted to release a feature on schedule, but I found performance issue during testing that could impact users, okay. So what task he has taken? Communicate the risk while supporting the project timeline, okay. The action he has taken: I gathered performance metrics and then explain the potential customer impact and suggested fixing the issue before release. We agreed to delay the feature by a day to resolve it, okay. And what was the result? Result was the feature launched successfully without production error, okay. And I learned the importance of using data to communicate technical concerns, okay. So if you wanted to communicate technical concerns, you should have the proper data, like in this case he has showed this performance metrics, okay, and logs and everything. So now senior software engineer will answer for this is, let's say the situation was my manager wanted to prioritize delivering of the new feature. Okay, while I believe we needed to address growing technical debt affecting system stability. So first he wanted to make the system stable, and then new feature he wanted to deliver. So his task was to align on the priorities without delaying important business goals, right? So action he has taken, I presented production matrix. Again, production matrix, he has also presented the matrix. Okay, and then incident history and engineering effort estimates to demonstrate the long-term impact. We agreed to dedicate part of each sprint to reliability improvement while continuing feature delivery. Okay, so now what result he has what was the result? System stability improved, production incident decreased, and we maintained our release schedule. The discussion strengthened trust through data-driven decision making. Okay, now principal software engineer, what he will be saying about this conflict with the manager. The situation was leadership wanted to accelerate major product launch, but I believe the platform was not ready due to reliability risk and operational gaps. Okay, reliability risk and operational gaps. So what was the task? His task was to balance business urgency with customer reliability and platform readiness. Okay, so action he has taken, I presented SLO data. Now here he's going more granular way. So he's talking about SLO data, capacity forecast, okay, and load testing result and risk assessment to leadership. Instead of opposing the launch, I proposed a phased rollout using feature flag, canary deployment, and defined rollback criteria. So now what was the result he has taken? So what was the result actually? Leadership accepted the phased approach. The launch completed successfully with minimal customer impact, and the rollout strategy became the standard for future high risk releases. Okay, so for future high risk releases, they were also using the same strategy what they have used here. Okay, phased release. Now question 3 is, tell me about a difficult stakeholder. So software engineer will say that a product manager frequently requested last minute feature changes just before our sprint ended. Okay, so the task was deliver the feature while managing changing requirements. So what action they have taken? I discussed the impact of the changes, estimate the additional effort, and proposed moving non-critical requests to the next sprint while completing the highest priority work. So what was the result? The feature was delivered on time. We established the clearer process for handling late requirement changes. Okay, now senior software engineer, he will be saying that the situation was a business stakeholder wanted to aggressive delivery timeline that I believed would compromise system quality and reliability. So yeah, aggressive delivery will impact the quality, right, and reliability. So the task is align on a realistic path without impacting the business objectives. Okay, what was the action he has taken? I explained the technical risk using project estimates, dependencies, and production metrics. I proposed delivery in the project in a phase. Okay, prioritize the most valuable feature first. Now what was the result? The stakeholder agreed to the phased approach. We met the critical business deadline while maintaining system stability and avoiding production issues. Principal software engineer will say about this is that the situation was a senior business stakeholder insisted on launching a major platform feature before the engineering team considered in production ready. Okay, so the task was balance business priorities with customer reliability and long-term platform health. So what action he has taken? I presented data on capacity performance testing, operational readiness, and SLO risk. Rather than rejecting the request, I proposed a phased rollout with feature flag, canary deployment, and clear success metrics. Okay, he has did all these things, and then what was the result? So the result was the stakeholder agreed to the rollout strategy. The launch was successful with minimal customer impact, and the phased deployment approach became the standard for the future strategy release. Okay, now we have different questions like for example, tell me about a technical decision you regret. Okay, then the next question was next question is tell me about a time you mentored someone. Okay, then next one is let's say tell me about a time you improved system performance. Then after that you have next question, tell me about a time you influenced without authority. So I'm just scrolling it, you can pause and then read. Okay, I cannot go through each and every question and answer. Then tell me about your biggest failure. After that, tell me about an innovative idea you proposed. And then the last one is, what is the biggest architecture you have ever designed? Okay, so this is the answer. So that's it. Thank you.